Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. I am thrilled that we have Jennifer Jakobsen here with us, and she's a life coach, and she also helps business owners overcome certain issues and challenges when it comes to self-beliefs, imposter syndrome, a number of other things that can come across to all of us business owners. So, Jennifer, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Tony. I'm super excited to be here today. Yes, my name is Jennifer Jacobsen. I've been a therapist for 25 years, and once I went into business as a life coach, I realized how difficult it can be to start your own business. And it brings up all of our kind of our internal limiting beliefs, any kind of negative thoughts that we have about ourselves. And so when I went into life coaching and started my business, after a few years, I shifted my niche to helping business owners in this area because I realized there's so much more than just strategy and what we do in our business, but it's really about who we're showing up as and how we're feeling on the inside. And if we have really confident beliefs about ourselves, that is what translates into, having a successful business. So I really took my therapy experience, combined it with, becoming a business owner myself and becoming an online coach and combine those two things together to really help people with the internal stuff that holds them back. And so my clients, when I kind of pivoted into this niche, started calling me their business therapist because it was almost like I was doing therapy on their business. So yeah, so that's kind of how my current business came to be.
Excellent. And what actually inspired you to become a life coach?
I had been doing the therapy work for a long time, obviously, and I love that work. The only thing I didn't love about it, well, there was a few things I didn't love about it, but one of the big things I didn't love about therapy was that it focused so much on the past. And to me, it felt like I didn't want to talk to people just about the past and what happened, in the past because we can't change that, right? So for me, it was really exciting and just really lit me up to think about, wow, I get to help people go from where they are now to where they want to be instead of looking at past traumas and things and help them heal from the past. I wanted to really see like what could be possible if they really just believed in themselves, set a goal and worked towards accomplishing it. And so that was just so much more, I don't know, just fun and exciting for me than talking about past wounds and traumas. Not that that work isn't important, it's extremely important, but it was just something I was kind of wanting to move on from, at least to a certain extent. So,
Definitely. And what are the typical results that your clients are getting when they're working with you?
well, the kind of the biggest results is they're feeling a lot more clear in their business. They're feeling a lot more confident in their business. I like to talk a lot about magnetism because my clients are able to overcome the limiting beliefs, the things that are blocking them and holding them back, they become more magnetic. And what that means is people are drawn to them. People see how much confidence they have. They see how convicted they are in what they're doing. And so eventually what happens is it really draws in more clients. It really opens the door for people to trust them more, feel safe with them, and want to find out about what it is they offer. So really, like after working with me, people are drawing in more of their dream clients. They're really getting they're getting a lot more confident, and people feel that confidence. And so that's what I think really is the missing piece for so many people is, you can learn all the strategies, you can learn what to do in your business, but I think what really, sets people apart in business is who they're showing up as, how they're, sharing their message with the world. And so that's really what I think the biggest outcome is.
Definitely. And what's one tip that you can share with someone who is like thinking about either hiring life coach or hiring someone to help them with their emotions when it comes to connections to their business and so on?
Yeah, one thing I love to say is that you can't see the prescription from inside the bottle, right? So if you are considering hiring a coach, especially a mindset coach, they can see things that you can't see because when we're in the midst of our business, we really can't see the things that are blocking us a lot of times. And so if you hire someone else who has a different perspective, sometimes they can see the things that are getting in your way, especially when it comes to mindset stuff. And this is where my area of genius is. I really can kind of pinpoint for people what exactly it is that they're saying to themselves, what the stories are that are limiting them and keeping them feeling stuck or at a plateau or not really moving forward where they would like to, in the direction they'd like to be going. And it's often because we're just, they're saying something to themselves that isn't true and they believe it to be true because it's been there for a really long time. So that is one of the huge benefits of hiring a coach is really they can see the blocks that you can't see.
Totally. And when it comes to like, if someone wants to really connect to you or send or find out a little bit more about what you do, how they can do that?
Well, there's lots of different ways. I'm very active on Instagram, so you can send me a direct message on Instagram, and my handle is J Jacobsen Life Coach, and it's Jacobsen with a K, not a C. You can go to my website, which is jenniferjacobsenlifecoaching.com. You can go to, I'm everywhere. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, all the places. So I'm sure you'll be able to find me.
Okay, I can share the links in the description of this episode as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
And then just before we go, like if there is any question, maybe I didn't ask you, any tip that you would like to share with the audience, anything else, let us know about this, please.
Yeah, one tip I that's just coming to me right now. I have a million tips. I have a million tools that I teach my clients, but one thing that's coming to me right now, and I think there might be a book out there that's got this title, but don't believe everything you think, right? So our thoughts are always coming in, and our thoughts are there. Our brain gives us thoughts to protect us. The thoughts that we have are there to keep us safe, right? Which is great if you're, if you are a caveman in the past and trying to stay safe from a saber-toothed tiger or whatever it is, right? But in real life, in today's life, in business, we need to push out of our comfort zone. And so all of the thoughts that are coming to us are there to protect us, but in order to be successful in business, we can't stay limited by our thoughts. We have to question our thoughts and we have to shift our thoughts. We need to tell ourselves a new story. So a lot of times people will say, well, what if I'm not good enough? Or what if they think I look stupid? Or what if they don't want my offer? These are all thoughts that are keeping you playing small. So I want to encourage anyone who has ever felt like they're in their own way, they're playing small, their thoughts are telling them things that are keeping them stuck. You don't have to believe those thoughts. Those thoughts are not necessarily true. And if you shift them, that's where your power lies. You always have the power to shift your thoughts into something that is more powerful for you.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing these wonderful tips and for your thank you for sharing your story as well. Thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. And yeah, if you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe, and see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.
Thanks, Tony.